I will therefore direct that the witness can step down. Thank you very much, Dennis. And counsel, proceed to call your next witness. And as you prepare to call the witness, you will indicate the time that you will require for that particular witness, so that we cap the time you will take to take the examination in chief as well as cross-examination, so that for purposes of time, it's now 12 minutes past 6 p.m. You've taken with your first witness over 2 hours, 30 minutes. And what is actually remaining is 1 hour, 20 minutes. I need to know how much time will you require for your next witness.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for that guidance. For purposes of this witness, who was the mover of the motion, we'll need approximately 30 minutes for examination.
30 minutes?
For exam in chief.
Okay, fine, fair enough. Senior Counsel Katwa.
May we request for equal time for cross-examination?
I'll give you less. I'll give you 20 minutes.
Okay, we'll try to make do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Ndegwa, proceed to...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our next witness is Mr. Honorable Wycliffe Siocha. Good evening.
You may proceed to be sworn in.
I, Wycliffe Siocha Kesongori, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before the Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Would you kindly praise your names and your qualification and what you do for purpose of record?
My name is Wycliffe Siocha Kesongori. I'm an elected member for the Kisii County Assembly representing the people of Ichuni Ward. I'm a financial manager and a panga by profession. I'm the chair committee on implementation in the Kisii County Assembly, a member to the health committee, a member to the liaison committee. I'm a family man and a father.
Thank you. In respect to this motion, what was your role?
I was the mover.
You're the mover?
Yes.
You have charged the deputy governor with the offenses ranging from gross violation of the Constitution, gross violation of misconduct, and violation of the written laws and abuse of office, yes?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Why have you placed a charge, or why have you preferred the said charges? If we were to begin with the charge, and perhaps before we go to the charges, how are you seized of this matter?
The genesis of the motion that is before you, Honorable Senators, is as a result of a complaint letter I received from one Dennis Misati.
When is the date of the complaint letter?
The date of the complaint letter was received in my office on 21st of December, and it was addressed to me, and it was written by one Dennis Misati.
Honorable members, I'm referring to the letter at page 1 of the County Assembly's bundle of document, page 1. Is that the letter dated the 19th?
Yeah, that is the letter.
Is that the letter that formed the basis of your impeachment
Senator
motion?
Cheptumo.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, that is the letter.
Council Ndegwa, just hold. Senator Cheptumo, you know how to catch the eye of the chair. What's your point of intervention?
Mr. Speaker, I don't intend to interrupt the proceedings, but I thought the witness should be able to rely on his affidavit. He is not being able to confirm to the House that is relying on the affidavit in his evidence. I think that, Mr. Speaker, is very
Senator
important.
Cheptumo, the witness is led by a counsel. I don't expect you, therefore, to direct on how he wants to do it. Let him proceed in his own case.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the protection. Yes?
I had said, Mr. Speaker, that the genesis of the motion before the Senate is as a result of the letter that I received from one Dennis Misati, which is dated 19th, but it was received on my office on 21st December 2023.
Let's go to the first charge that appears at page 15 of the bundle of documents by the County Assembly. That is the motion. Are you there?
Yes.
You've charged him for violating the Constitution, Article 73, 74, and 75, yes?
That is true.
Did you conduct any preliminary investigations before?
Yes, I did.
Yes, in your investigation, what was revealed?
In my investigation, what was revealed is that indeed there was conversing between the deputy governor involving the family of one Joseph Misati and the chief executive officer for the WASCO, that is the water, the company for the Kisii Water and Sanitation Company.
What were the canvassing for?
First, there is a meeting that was initiated by the deputy governor, which took place in his home. And the members who were present in that meeting were the family members of one Joseph Misati. And also present on that meeting was one Dennis Misati.
Yes.
Where they already done an interview with the water, the WASCO, the Kisii Water and Sanitation Company, for the position of the commercial manager.
Did you confirm in your investigation whether that interview or that advertisement or application was actually there?
Yes, I did. I made a follow-up to the office of the director, the managing director, and made inquiries on exactly what transpired. She did a statement to my office, which is annexed here. Also, she provided to me the M-Pesa statements because the allegations were that she also received a portion of the money. So she gave me, or else she provided with me a M-Pesa statement, which indeed I confirmed that there was some money that was sent from the M-Pesa number for one Deputy Governor Robert Onsare Monda to the M-Pesa number for one Rusu Waito.
I don't
But
want
again,
to, yes.
on the same, I noted that the money was reversed again after two days.
Did you confirm the purpose as to why the Deputy Governor received the money from Dennis Misati and Joseph Misati?
Yeah, from my investigations, I noted that upon one Dennis Misati doing the interview, they went to the home upon the invitation of the Deputy Governor, and the Deputy Governor promised to help them get the job by offering a small fee. They call it a small fee. So, and the small fee in this question is whooping 800,000. But what I know from my investigation, the total amount of money that was given to one Deputy Governor, Monda, was 799,000.
Did you get to know who triggered this action as to who moved the Deputy Governor for this position? And if yes, were you in the County Assembly on the 29th of February 2022? And if yes, did you witness him testifying to that effect of the evidence appearing at page 189 of the bundle by the County Assembly? Page 189. Did you witness the Deputy Governor confirming that he was soliciting for favors?
I was there. I heard him personally say.
Did you witness him confirming that he approached both the CEO, that is of the Guasco?
Yes, I heard him confirm.
And on page 189 of the bundle of documents, what document is that?
That is the answered report for the Kisii County Assembly process.
What is the deputy governor saying at the last paragraph, which says, Mr. Speaker, just as a good friend, yes?
The deputy governor, said, and I read, like any other leader, Mr. Speaker, this request came to everyone, to me. Every honorable members know that Lucy in Guasco will work, and like many.
Just.
Oh, this one. Okay. Mr. Speaker, it reads, Mr. Speaker, just as good friends, Mr. Joseph Misata and I, somewhere in April, was made to know that there is an advert that has come up in Guasco, and Misati, as a friend, could ask me that his son has also tendered his application. Is it possible for him to be assisted to get a job?
Yes?
Yes.
What is he confirming?
He's confirming that indeed he has confessed.
And did you confirm that conversing? And to whom is he referring when he speaks about a son?
He's referring to one Dennis Misati, who had already tendered his application towards the commercial manager position.
In the pursuit of the truth, did you ever meet one Lucy Wehito?
Yes, I met her.
And if yes, what did you confirm that she does at Kisii County?
I confirmed that she is the managing director for the Kisii Water and Sanitation Company.
Did you confirm whether she was involved in this act of briberies?
Yes, I confirmed because she revealed to me that indeed the deputy governor summoned her to his office and made it known to her that he has a friend who has a son who is interested for the position of the commercial manager, which had already been put on the dairies, and the application process was ongoing.
Did you confirm whether Lucy, prior to the sending of the money, had met the deputy governor?
Yeah, they'd met.
And what circumstances did Lucy disclose to you that they met?
Upon receiving the letter from one Dennis Misati, I started doing my own investigations to ascertain the material factor that had been given to me by Dennis Misati, and that prompted me to visit the office of the managing director in pursuit of getting all the information and exactly the transaction that involved them between the deputy governor and herself, that is Lucy.
So you confirm that the deputy governor did approach one Lucy in favor of a job, yes?
She did, and he did, and he summoned her to our office.
Again, confirm at page 189 of the same bundle of document by the county assembly, the last paragraph where the deputy governor is testifying, yes?
Yes.
Were you at the county assembly at that particular time?
Yes, I was present.
Kindly read out to the honorable senators as to what the deputy governor indicated on record.
This is the answer the report, and this is what the Honorable Deputy Governor had to say before the Assembly. Like any other leader, Mr. Speaker, this request came to me. Everyone, honorable members, know that Lucy in Guasco will work under, like many staff who work under the governor's office, where I'm also the deputy governor. And so I indicated to Lucy, asking her, it's not clear, asking her if they had such kind of jobs, and she said yes. A friend is making a request that he gets his son a job, like every one of us here could do, and she told me, let us wait for the process, and if he qualifies, we shall not deny him the job. And the discussions ended there.
Have you confirmed that he did confirm on record that he approached Lucy for that favor?
Yes.
Does it therefore surprise you that 100,000 shillings is sent to Lucy?
It doesn't surprise me at all.
At what period was the 100,000 shillings sent?
It was after the interview, and it was sent on 28 May at around, because it went to the statement at around 9.
I want you to have a look at the deputy governor's defense.
The money was sent to Lucy because it's on page 99 on the DG submissions. The money was sent to one Lucy Waito on 2023, May 28th at 21, 24, 13. It was past, some few minutes past 9.
Did she confirm to you what she immediately did after the receipt of the said monies?
Upon receipt of the money, the deputy governor did not call her, but in the morning of 29th, the one Lucy called the deputy governor. And upon calling the deputy governor confirmed to her that the said amount was in reference to the discussions they had with her in her office, in his office, sorry.
Is Lucy one of the witnesses that you've lined up to come and confirm that proposition?
Yes.
Now, allow me to lead you to page 4 of the bundle of the documents by the deputy governor. And most importantly, paragraph 13. Yes, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Does the deputy governor confirm, page 4, honorable members? At page 13, is the deputy governor confirming that they have been friends with one Joseph Misati for over 30 years?
Yes, he's confirming that.
Kindly read the paragraph C.
Paragraph C of
You can
clause,
begin from B.
Okay, paragraph B of 13
Yes.
reads, Mr. Joseph Misati and his whole family were there for me when my daughter died around 2018. Clause C says, we asked each other for possible favors, and these include borrowing, number one, borrowing each other and refunding aggregate stocks, borrowing each other and refunding money, favors like helping each other favors helping each other look out for foods, business opportunities, jobs, education, and other social welfare openings, especially our children.
So he further confirms through his affidavit that he is in the habit of seeking for these favors, yes?
Yes, it does confirm.
Permit me to take you to paragraph the paragraph 8 of the said bundle of document by the deputy governor appearing at page 3.
Yes?
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Are you at paragraph 8?
Yes.
Kindly confirm whether or not you are actuated by malice, ill will, ill feeling, the time you actuated this motion as against the deputy governor. And before that, Mr. Speaker, sir, confirm that you are the MCA referred to at paragraph 8, yes?
Mr. Speaker, and for the purpose of record, it's immoral.
Confirm that you are the MCA referred to.
I confirm I'm the MCA referred to.
Have you internalized those allegations contained therein?
I've internalized all of them.
Have you seen that the deputy governor indicates and alleges that you are actuated by malice and ill will?
I've seen.
As against him?
I've seen.
Because he labels you as an extortionist?
Yes.
As a person who has insatiable greed for money?
That is how he has labeled me.
And that effect, he sent you approximately 40,000 shillings?
Yes.
And that he could not cope up with your demand for more money?
Yes.
And that when the demand ceased, you then actuated this motion?
That is what is there.
What do you have to say about that?
Mr. Speaker, and for the purpose of record in this honorable house, it's immoral, unethical, and a sin not only before men, but also before God, for the deputy governor to try and twist the material fact before for the...
What was transpiring at the time these monies were sent to you?
Actually, on the said month, I had lost my aunt, one of the closest aunt who had let me have, and I had a funeral during that period. The first tranche that he sent on 7th, I remember I received a call from the deputy governor at around noon. It was a few minutes to noon, whereby he called me to pass a condolence message following the sudden death of my aunt.
So you confirm that this money was sent to you by the deputy governor?
Yes.
For purposes of facilitating the funeral of your
yes, and
aunt?
Yes. And
did he ever attend that funeral?
He attended in person.
Do you have that evidence?
I have the evidence.
Maybe, Mr. Speaker, ask that the IT department does play for us the video clip. Which is referred to as burial.
Sergeant at Arms, please process that clip. We can allow the clip to be played. So process that clip to be played.
They can play the last 1 minute of that clip, or the first 1 minute and the last 1 minute. Yeah, let them play the first 1 minute and the last 1 minute.
Let's get clarification.
Who is that speaking?
That's myself speaking. Next to me, that's my wife. And those are the children my aunt left.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't know whether all the members of the Assembly are able to follow that language, or perhaps we need an interpreter.
That speech is in English or Swahili? Mr. Ndegwa,
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
what language is that?
That is,
Kisii.
I guess, Kisii.
Yes.
The language of this house is English or Kiswahili or sign language?
Mr. Speaker, we brought that to the attention of the clerk, and the clerk said that they shall provide an interpreter.
The last 1 minute. The last 1 minute.
Yeah, we had sought for that, and the clerk indicated we'll get an interpreter for us.
Run the clip to the end. I'll give directions upon its admissibility after.
Or perhaps could we have the witness interpret?
Senator Okongo.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, while a few of us have the benefit of following, I'm sure a majority of the senators, including Senator Galwale, may not be able to follow. We'll be listening to this clip maybe for 10 minutes, but nobody will be following. Maybe you could give direction that an interpreter be availed to concurrently make an interpretation so that the senators are able to follow. It would also have been nice if we had a written script interpreting what is being said in English so that we are able to follow. But I don't think it will serve any purpose for the clip to be played while more than 3/4 of senators are not following. Mr. Speaker.
Senior Counsel, that is exactly what the chair was doing, and I've been informed that we now have an interpreter who can just be ushered in to run us through the interpretation. Kindly replay the clip, let it start, and let's have the interpreter to.
The first 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, for purpose of expediency, we can play the first 1 minute and the last 1 minute.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
All right. Mr. Ndegwa, just hold. What's your point of order, Senator?
Mr. Speaker, my suggestion would be, if, because it allows on the rules of the House and I don't have the standing orders, we could allow the clip that is being played to be taken by the Speaker's office, allow somebody who can interpret it, and then it will be forwarded to us when we are doing the review tomorrow morning as we proceed. Because somebody might actually interpret.
There is already an interpreter.
Thank you.
There is already an interpreter.
Thank you.
Just give us a minute so that we settle on that. Honorable members, order. We now have the interpreter in the House, and for purposes of records and clarity, the interpreter is a Kenya Broadcasting Corporation staff who's been seconded to the Senate and therefore fully entitled to support in interpretation. I will direct, therefore, that we run the clip so that as the clip runs, we can get the interpretation from the gentleman who has been ushered in. Clerk, let's run the clip.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir, for expediency, the first 1 minute and the last 1 minute are the ones that are relevant.
Okay, the first 1 minute and the last 1 minute of the clip.
Right promising wetera sabanaba aliya sara ina sara bekwa tumukegalia na aliya matunda wetera sabanaba. And I promise somo sangere kanogaiga that inga ekeginga kerina rendi korigeri bitutu nindi gerio mwana oyo momura ukorokumishae nera tuara sakoroka mwabo na ndatuare asatari komigwa arebia.
You may pause there for the interpreter to run us through that first segment.
Mr. Speaker, on record, I'm Isaac Agwata. I work for Kenya Broadcasting Corporation under Minto FM. I'm very competent in Ekegusi. That first, the statement is saying, is grieving or giving his message and saying it is so sorry that death has come at the tertiary stage when the auntie had all the plans to make sure that our children will grow. And so he had a plan to buy for them a piece of land. So those plans have been cut short. Maybe they
proceed to run the remainder of the version.
Let me be firm and strong. Asenge chama spanio mwerio ya antiriani. Tingwa nikukuana mange wetanigabu and to appreciate the entire community yanka gaiga, the entire family etonka gaiga, aba mame bane bonspi. Baba singing we have coordinated via.
Stop it there as well. Let's run small bites for purposes of interpretation.
Yeah, he has given his message and said sorry and appreciated the community for the effort they have put in making the ceremony a success.
You can go to the last part of it. The last one. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Play the last part. Stop it there.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, that is the Deputy Governor for Kisii. He's saying he could like to be there the whole session of the funeral, but he's forced to leave because of another ceremony that he's going to attend to represent the governor. So he's giving the message to the MCA, Mbande, that is the name he's referring to. He's telling him to take good care of the children that have remained behind.
Continue.
Gavana nanga mbande jate banga tua musira lakini nebi ndo tua liko banga lero ngudi nanyoda tadilo ngudi bono gavana nantu magucha ndete elietero ngudi na injena imokie chile ikomina menda igoro ne chifemera ngida tuchirega.
Stop it there for interpretation.
The Speaker, Mr. Speaker,
the deputy governor is giving out the Erongori, the support that the governor sent him. He's saying it is 20,000. And he's referring it not Erongori because it is being given to the children. So he doesn't know the name to refer that amount to.
Proceed.
Bono, inabongo chia, badala ngo area oere nyoko. Kiti kia wana mo gakuri uri gatigati ateba. Mbande kiti kia wana mara una mo chikora. Pole ya itu ya ikire ya saba senia bantu ba minto aiga. Yali bali masaba na mwenzi asemwaru gusiegema. Na baba kwirwa mole biguna nyasaye. Pia mana asa kwa tegera.
Yes, he has asked whom to give the amount to, and finally he has handed it over to the Mbande, and he has told him it is the children's kit. Mbande referring to the area MCA. And he has told him to make the amount to go to the children's kit. He has said goodbye and God bless you.
I think we can stop at that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Witness, is that the funeral that the Deputy Governor...
Mr. Ndegwa, just hold. Senator Okongo. I wanted to reprimand you, but you've done what...
Yeah, sorry, I'm not an expert in, translating from Ekegusi to English, but I wanted you to allow me to seek one clarification from my brother. He said it's Isaac Agwata. Yes. I want him to confirm whether in the clip that was played, the deputy governor is saying they had assisted the MCA in preparation of the funeral, which should be distinguished from the erongori that he had brought to the funeral. I just wanted him to confirm whether that was made in the speech of the deputy governor.
Yes, he had indicated that they had given him support, so whatever is giving that day, it was not the support, but erongori.
Very well. Thank you. Isaac, you are released. Mr. Ndegwa, you may proceed with...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
And take note of the time. I'm sure you have been alerted as to the amount of minutes.
I'll be making an application for the restoration of the time we have wasted when looking for the interpreter.
We didn't waste time.
But we
did not waste time.
We proceed.
We will take care of the amount of time that you will...
We are most obliged.
You'll be accommodated.
So when was this funeral, Mr. Speaker?
It was in the month of May.
The month of May?
Yes.
Which date exactly? If you may remember?
She died at around 5th of May, so the funeral ran until early 20th.
So you received these monies in 3 bunches, yes?
Yes.
The first one was the 7th of May 2023, yes?
Yes.
What was it for?
On his message to me, he said that now that there will be more visitors coming to the family, and they know that money is needed for me to offer even hospitality services.
It was for hospitality, yes?
Yeah.
How about the 28th? And the 29th?
The deputy governor, when I was escorting him out of the funeral, promised to send some money towards the kit for the children, because he told me that the children that have been left are very young.
Is that the money that was being sent?
Yeah, that is the money that he sent.
Is it therefore that the habit of the deputy governor to deny the truth and paint the person speaking the truth as liars?
Yeah.
Mr. Witness, during the proceedings of this impeachment, did you conduct public participation?
Yes, I did conduct. We did conduct as an assembly.
What forms did the public participation take?
They were being conducted at a sub-county level and at the ward level.
And what forms did they take?
People were
submitting memorandas?
There were people submitting memorandas. They were also coming for the fiscal meetings.
Yes.
At the various venues that had been spelled out.
What was the purpose of the public participation?
It was to get the opinion of the electorate of Kisii County on this issue that was before the assembly.
Did you get that feedback?
Yeah, we got that feedback.
What was the nature of the feedback?
The nature of feedback was through written memoranda, through submissions fiscal while the meetings were being conducted.
During that particular time of the public participation, did you have people speaking to the issues of the motion?
Yeah, we had.
Do you have those clips before the Senate, and would you wish to play them?
The clips are there.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we request that we play clip number 1.
As you do that, just for your comfort, whenever we have such interventions, your time doesn't move. But for guidance sake, you've got, I think, 3 minutes from now. After the clip, you will have 3 minutes to conclude on your examination in chief.
I'm most obliged. Let's go to clip number 2.
Samarieta, Mkurusha Mombasa. Donkor Moticho Ward, around to what? Samarieta, Mkurusha Mombasa.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think we still need the interpreter.
Around to what public participate.
Let's get to know, is there any other clip that we will require interpretation?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir.
So then let's have the witness Isaac here until such a time we will be done with him.
We are most guided. Then, now that he has come back, let's play clip number 1.
Nikonde no borobonga sengora munda twakoire kero kubuna abanyali bali otokorire gasi munda liba gotokorire gasi munda abanyali bali wengine county wajekira kwa maji asene wanyeke ketoko kina munda muna jengoni motura nizo miabane gosa amalietana.
What is she saying?
I've not gotten the name. Her name?
She's called Irene, Mama wa Mutura.
Yes, she has said she is Irene. She's asking that they have given this position to Honorable Monda, and Monda has started asking for bribes. She, like the others, like she is selling Mutura. Now she's asking if she can take the children to school if Monda is asking for bribes to give bursary.
The next clip.
Samarieta, Mkurusha Mombasa. Donkor Moticho Ward, around to what public participation. Almost all the office, deputy governor. Inga was in a pass at your target. Nandeva, Naineri, Nango to have a pass at we come on a tiro. No was I was sitting this air with Shirin, or Manako, we pass it. Wherever in Paka, over the Busaba, Buarengo Mobuko, or Kagan. One on Gatigara was a pass at the Ina Yakoro. Samarieta, Mkurusha Mombasa.
Yeah, he's Shem Monda from Muticho Ward. He's saying when parcels are being given out, like he was asked for 20,000 for him to be given a bursary. He was persuaded until 7,000 that he had went. Now, replay it again, kindly.
Has he identified the person who is asking for that amount?
Yes.
Who is he?
Dr. Monda.
Can you recap what you've said?
Kindly repeat
I think, Mr. Gregor, that was very clear. He's run the house through what was said.
Next clip.
Kwa majina anaitwa Kid Mevili, mimi ni mkaaji kutoka Nyakwe Ward, natoka hiyo eneo ya Nyakwe Ward. Leo siku ya leo tumekuwa na public participation. Yenyewe tumeambiwa ama tumesikia ya kwamba Mheshimiwa Monda kuna pesa alikuwa ameomba 800,000 kutoka kwa yule kijana ili apate kazi. Kusema ukweli, hiyo ofisi yake anaitumia kwa njia mbaya. Mimi mwenyewe nilishuhudia, nikaenda kwa ofisi yake, akaniambia kuna scholarship ya governorship ya watoto wanapewa basari ya 4 years. Mimi mwenyewe nilienda, akaniomba 20,000. Na vile sikuwa na pesa, nikajaribu kulia, tukapagana na yeye hapo. Yenyewe nilikuwa na 12,000 nikampea. Hadi wa leo watoto wangu wanateseka, hawajaenda hata shule. Yaani nashindwa ni nini mbaya, nini inaendelea kwa hiyo ofisi ya deputy governor. Mimi nimesema
jina ni James Mwenga, natoka hii wadi yetu ya Masimba. Leo nimefurahi tumekuwa na public participation tukiongelea hii maneno ya deputy governor. Tumeshinda tukiambiwa anafanya Kisii County. Na hata mimi niko na mtoto, wakati nilienda kwa ofisi yake kama mtu yetu, nikamwambia nataka usaidizi ndio mtoto aende shule. Aliniambia kuna program ya governor, na hiyo program ya governor ni ya kusponsor watoto wasome. Lakini wakati niliongea naye akaniambia nitafute 20,000. Sikuwa nayo. Uchumi zile iko, hakuna pesa sahihi. Lakini ile nilipata kidogo 11,000 nilipeleka kwa ofisi yake. Baada nikampea na akaniambia mtoto atasaidiwa. Lakini hadi sasa tunaongea mtoto.
Mr. Ndegwa, how many more clips are we still?
We are at the final one.
All right.
Kwa majina naitwa Fred Omoga Nyoni. Nashukuru kwa sababu ya siku ya leo tumekuja public participation kwa sababu ya Deputy Governor Monda mwenye amesumbua kaunti yetu, kwa sababu tumekasirika sana kama youth kwa ile kitendo alifanya kuomba youth pesa kama ongo ndiye ampe kazi. Hiyo kitu imetukasirisha kama vijana na ni makosa kubwa, na ni hujumu kwa sababu ya vijana wadogo kuombwa pesa na hawana. Personally mimi natoka kutoka ward ya Tabaka ward. Mimi niko na mtoto ako form 3 Nduru Dars. Nilienda kwa ofisi yake nikaomba basari. Akaniambia nisija kunipea basari, atasanipea free scholarship ya miaka yenye imebaki mtoto wangu kwa shule. Lakini akaniambia kitu kenye nitafanya nipe hiyo free scholarship ni kumpea pesa shilingi 20,000. Nikaenda kwa ofisi yake nikamwambia nimepata shilingi 8,000. Nikampea shilingi 8,000. Hajawahi nisaidia mpaka leo. Nikienda kwa ofisi yake na fuzu. Majina naitwa Fred Omoga Nyoni.
There is a very last one about an old man with issues of land and fraud. It's a very interesting clip. We have many, but for interest of time, we'll run this as the last one.
Naitwa James Orenge. Niko Magenje location. Tuko public participation kuhusiana na malalamishi ya bwana deputy governor. Kwangu mimi malalamishi yangu ni kwamba there is a parcel of land ambayo babangu alikuwa anauzia Dr. Monda, na wakaidiana malipo ambayo hadi wa leo hayajatimizwa. Kwa mfano shamba lenyewe ni ekari 14. Baada ya maagano kwamba mzee babangu angeshukisha bei ili kutoka 500,000 per acre to 200,000 per acre ndio aweze kutupatia kazi sisi Daktari Monda mwenyewe, kulingana na maidiano ambao waliandikiana na babangu. Hadi leo hii, hadi watoto ambao walikuwa wanafaa kwenda shule hawajaweza kwenda kwa sababu Monda mwenyewe hajaweza kufanya malipo vile walikuwa wamesikizana.
Shamba niliushia Mheshimiwa Monda alisema atanipatia pesa nikisaidie nikipie watoto wachukue yangu school fees, lakini alinitanganya. Hata hao watoto nilisumbuka na hawa, hakunisaidia. Sasa hata pesa tuliagana na yeye anilipe, hakulipa hiyo pesa. Amesha kwa milioni, kwa vile niliambia yeye anilipe milioni 7. Sasa akasukisha akasema, kwa vile nitakuandikia watoto nitalipa wewe milioni 2.8. Sasa hiyo ndio nilikuwa nang'ang'ana nipate na niandikia hiyo watoto. Hakunifanya hiyo, hakufanya hiyo. Pesa alinilipa cash ni shilingi 350 peke yake. Kwenda kuomba ingine, yeye akaandikia mimi barua atanirudishie yeye pesa. Sasa hataki hiyo shamba. Sasa ndio mimi hata mimi nashughulika na Simba. Sasa nilikuwa nataka pesa, na wewe unasema nikurudishie pesa. Nitatoa hiyo pesa wapi?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So we can stop at that, and perhaps I finalize with this witness. Did that last witness, that clip, did he swear an affidavit before this assembly?
Yes, he swore an affidavit.
Is that the affidavit appearing at page 283 of the bundle of documents by the County Assembly? This volume 1. Page 2.
Yes, that is the one appearing there. This is the one affidavit.
Page 283 of the bundle of documents?
Yes.
Is he confirming those assertions and allegations in his affidavit?
Yes, he's confirming.
Is he confirming that the price of land was 500,000 shillings but was negotiated to 200,000 shillings?
Yes.
Is he confirming that the balance of the 300,000 shillings was to be set off by Mr. Monda through providing employment for his sons?
Yes.
Let's go to the clip that came from Masimba Ward. Yes?
Yes.
And we'll go to Masimba Ward. I want to refer you to page 36 of the bundle of documents, the same document, senators, honorable senators, you're holding. It indicates that there was no public participation at the venue. Yes?
Yes, it can so.
Explain the source of the clip that you've played.
The County Assembly, it did 2 dailies, that is in the Dailiness and in the Standard, inviting the members of the public to appear in different venues, in sub-county venues. So the members of the public had the opportunity either to attend at the sub-county level or at the ward level, because the initiative of going to the ward level was an initiative of us as members of the County Assembly.
Where was the clip recorded from?
It was recorded from Kisii, where the sub-county venue for this public participation was done for Masaba South.
I'm satisfied with that answer. Let us move to the question of the abuse of office, yes?
Yes.
You've accused the deputy governor for abuse of office, yes?
Yes.
And that he deployed 20 county enforcement officers to procure an arrest.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Did you confirm that?
Yes, I confirmed.
Have you lined up a witness to come and confirm that allegation?
Yes, there is a witness already lined up to come and witness in
What
this.
Action has the County Assembly, through their oversight mechanism, initiated to confirm the veracity of that position?
It is in one of our departmental committees, and that is the Committee on Labor. So it's an issue that is currently under investigation.
Did you confirm whether or not the 20 officers were appropriately or procedurally deployed by the person in charge of deployment?
They were procedurally and unlawfully deployed.
Did you confirm between the police officers and the county enforcement officers who arrested Ruben Monda, the brother to the deputy governor?
Actually, it is the county enforcement officers, and they're the ones who even bundled the one Ruben Monda into one of the vehicles that was provided there.
Is Mr. Ruben Monda one of your witnesses to confirm that?
Yes, he's one of my witnesses.
It is your allegation that the deputy governor has deployed unlawfully and unprocedurally 4 enforcement officers.
Yes.
To do manual works.
Yes.
Odd jobs.
Yes.
Like milking and cooking for dogs.
Yes.
Did you confirm that allegation?
I confirmed.
Yes?
Yes.
Is that proper application of his role or functions of the deputy governor?
It's not proper.
Have you lined up a witness to confirm whether or not all these deployments were procedural?
Yes.
Did you summon? How is the witness coming?
The County Assembly of Kisii requested through the Senate that one Agayo Yagi, who is the currently acting director of enforcement of Kisii County.
Was he a witness at the County Assembly?
He was not a witness.
Finally, what would you want these honorable senators to do in respect to your motion?
Honorable Senators, this was indeed one of the hard decisions that I had to make. For one reason, that one deputy governor for Kisii, Robert Munda, is a very close friend of mine. And also on the other side, I had this young man who was miserable and had already been duped, and his money had gone. So I had to make indeed a tough decision. And I was not only doing this for Dennis Misati, but I was doing this for the many jobless, poor youths out there who have found themselves in the hands of unsuspecting civil servants, public officers, and even state officers who solicit funds from them with a promise that they can be given jobs, but at the end of the day, they don't end up having jobs. So I'm requesting and pleading with this House that to set a precedence actually and give hope to the many youths outside there, not only to Dennis, and ensure that Dennis gets justice at the end of the day. Let the law for its course, and if and my plea is that let the deputy governor for Kisii County carry his course.
Finally, I want to refer you to the bundle of documents by the deputy governor, his defense. The defense appearing as such, and refer you to page E8 to page 16.
Which?
Page 8, also labeled as E8, all the way to page 16. But you can stop at 15. Have you gone through that defense?
I've gone through the defense.
Are those averments and allegations related and relevant to these proceedings?
They're absolutely not related to these proceedings.
Finally, the question of harassment and intimidation by the deputy governor towards Dennis Misati. Did you establish those averments?
When Dennis Misati was approaching me, I think it was early December, he confided and told me that indeed his life was in danger, and the communication that he relayed to me was from his father, and it was being relayed on behalf of the deputy governor. When one Dennis Misati told the Morez, gave indications that he was going to record a statement with the EACC.
Are you aware where Dennis Misati and his wife are currently living?
No, I don't know currently where they are living.
Did you establish how Dennis Misati raised the 800,000 shillings?
Yes, I spoke with him. He told me he was running a salon in, I think, Ruai, because he had been given instructions by his father that now, by the assurance of the deputy governor, that the third job was being given to him and that some money was needed. So he sold the businesses down equally because he had to relocate. He sold his entire household.
Thank you. Did he confirm to you whether or not that transaction had any effect to his family?
Yes.
Yes? What did he tell you?
Which transaction, sorry?
The sale of the salon, the sale of the household goods.
No, the sale was towards raising money.
The forwarding of the 800,000 shillings to the deputy governor, the failure to secure a job. All those transactions, did they affect Dennis' family in any way?
Yes, they affected his family.
Which way?
He told me that by the time all these things were happening, and by the time, or rather upon the realization that they had not secured the job, and that they had lost all the entire money that they had committed into this process, he told me that his wife was expectant, and in the process, he lost the pregnancy. And equally, he has also gone through a lot of frustrations, and he is under stress.
Is it as a result of confidentiality of patient doctor that you have not forwarded documents before this assembly?
That is true.
Thank
and
you.
Even for purposes, or else for record purposes, actually the person who took Dennis's wife to the hospital is the father of Dennis.
Confirm
Mr.
that
Degwa,
again?
Mr. Degwa, you have done 14 minutes outside the time you requested.
I'm well guided. I yield the witness for cross-examination.
Mr. Katwa.
Good evening, Mheshimiwa.
Good evening to you, Mr. Kato.
Proceed and be mindful of the 20 minutes time that I have allocated you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is your testimony that you indeed conducted verification of the allegations that you are bringing against the...
Yes.
And that includes the question of whether or not he received a bribe from Dennis.
Yes.
And whether he sent a bribe to Lucy.
Yes.
Whether he threatened him.
Yes.
Used public Kisii County staff.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's start with the National Assembly.
Yes.
It is true that you issued the notice of intention to move a motion of impeachment on the 13th, at the County Assembly.
Yes.
On 13th.
Yes.
So the Senate can take the date as being 13th.
Yes.
Okay. And you were subsequently there on the 21st when you moved your motion.
Yes, I was there.
And eventually you were there on the 29th when the motion was discussed. The DG was afforded a chance to defend himself.
Yes, I was there.
And a forcing was done.
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Now, may I ask you, that occasion of the 29th, did you play these clips of public participation?
No, I didn't play them.
They were not only you didn't play them, isn't it?
The report was provided and tabled before the Assembly for public participation.
When you're moving your motion, you didn't play them, isn't it?
There was a report.
Answer my question. When you're tabling your motion, you did not play them.
No, me, I did not bring it, but it was there it was to be provided by the County Assembly.
Just answer my question. So you did not play them yourself. Do you recall them having been played for the deputy governor to see at that time?
No.
They were not played. Now, I take it that as you stand here, you are familiar with the County Government Act and
Yes.
standing orders that are relevant.
Yes.
Okay. What is your understanding of how a motion for impeachment is supposed to be moved?
First is by giving a notice to the County Assembly, and then subsequently...
Are you aware of the provisions of Section 15 of County Government Act on how to initiate a process of impeachment? Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware.
And did you comply with that process?
Yes, I complied.
It is your position that your complaint complied with Section 15?
Yes,
Okay, so we will. And standing orders number 194 and 195 of the Kisii County standing orders?
Yes, I complied.
It's the position that you did?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, because of time, I will deal with that in the legal arguments. Now, I would like you to go to the bundle from the bundle from the county government, and I would like us to go to page 96. You at page 96?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So could you confirm at page 96 to page 103 Page 196 to page 103 are the proceedings of the 29th, at which you moved your motion, voting was done, and the DG was heard in his defense. That's correct, isn't it?
Yes.
So let's start with page 96. Are you at page 96?
Yes, I'm there.
You confirm the things I've just said, the defense of the DG and the voting, and you're moving your motion was on 29th, isn't it?
Yes.
You confirm that?
Yes.
And that heading saying votes and proceedings is also accurate?
Yes.
Okay. At page Now, what I would like then us to go to is the contents of page 103.
Yes.
Now, at page 103, it says this. The motion, you can see where your name is. Wycliffe, Honorable Wycliffe Siocha moved the motion. You can see that.
Yes.
Honorable members, I'm referring to page 103. And then it is seconded, the county assembly bundle, the one which has different colors on the edge. And then it is seconded by Honorable Magara. You can see that, Karen Magara. Okay.
Yes, I can see.
And then motion proposed. Now, I would like you to read what comes after that. Could you read from where Honorable Henry Marocha is saying? Is it okay?
Leader of Majority Party rose on standing order number 93 on adjournment of debate to allow public participation pursuant to Article 196 of the Constitution of Kenya.
Okay. Now, that preposition that on the 29th, we've already agreed that 96 to 103 are the proceedings of the County Assembly on the 29th. Now, at page 103, it is saying a motion was moved to proceed to public participation by Honorable Henry Maroja. Is this correct?
I think there was a mix-up of documents because
Please answer my question.
It's not correct.
It's not correct. Just a minute. This contention that the events of 29 entailed a moving of a motion for adjournment for public participation on 29 is incorrect.
That is what I'm saying, Council. That this is not the true correct, and probably this is a mix-up of documents because.
The one asking you questions. So, to the extent to which the Hansard brought to this Senate says that on the 29th, proceedings were adjourned for purposes of going to public participation, this answer is incorrect.
This is not an answered report. This is just, it's not an answered report.
What is it?
It's part of the motion that I moved, and what I'm saying is just purely mix-up of documents. Because the answered report for 29... Which
question are you answering now? Let me
explaining on the question you asked the Council.
Yes. When we look at page 96, it says, House assembled at 9 a.m. Proceedings were opened with a word of prayer. Motion for removal of the removal from office by way of impeachment of Deputy Governor and Honorable Wycliffe Siocha Kesongori, MCA. And then you read all that from page, all those pages. And then there are interventions by various people. And then at page 103, you confirmed that you moved the motion as is indicated. Honorable Magara seconded it. So far, that's correct, isn't it?
That is correct.
Yes.
To that level.
Okay. And you're saying this is not the answer?
This is not the answer, of course.
Okay.
The answer report is there and it's attached.
The answer report is there and it is attached.
Yes.
So when then the county assembly tells the Senate, this is what happened on 29th. What then they are telling the Senate at page 103 is inaccurate, isn't it?
That is true.
That's true. Now, number two, we have agreed, you and me, that on the same said date, 29th of February 2024, was a Thursday, isn't it?
Yes, it was a Thursday.
On that date, votes were done, isn't it?
Yes.
And 53 of you said the governor should be impeached,
Yes.
and the other said he shouldn't be impeached.
Yes.
Is it captured in, that happened on 29th, isn't it?
Yes.
Page 96 to 103, can you see that report of those events at the county assembly on that date?
On those pages, that's why I'm still insisting that there is a mix-up of.
Please answer my question.
In
there a report of the fact that on the 29th, the event of voting happened and a resolution was made to impeach the governor, the deputy governor?
No.
Is it there? It's not there. And on that second basis, this document is inaccurate, isn't it?
It's inaccurate.
Now, I'd like us to move on then to page 137. Now, could I start by asking you, is the contents of honorable members, I'm still referring to the same bundle by the county government, and I'm referring to the contents of page 137. Now, is that unanswered, or you still maintain it's not unanswered?
That is the answered report.
That is unanswered, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, may we look at the first page 137? It says, County Assembly of Kisii official report, special sitting. The events of 29th was a special sitting. It's true, isn't it?
Yes.
For purposes of discussing the impeachment, isn't it?
Yes.
And then it says it was held on 29th of February. Could you tell this Senate, when is it indicated as having that the assembly sat? On which day of the week?
Come up again.
It shows 29th of February 2024, but before giving that date, it has given the day of the week when the sitting was done. What date has it given?
That's given 29th of February 2024.
Could you tell the Senate, is that a correct statement?
It's a correct statement that there is a typo error there.
Are you the one who made the answer? Are you responsible for making the answer?
No, I'm not responsible.
And how do you know it was typographical?
Because I was there. It was on Thursday, so I can remember the accounts and everything and the proceedings that we had before the assembly.
When it says it is Tuesday, that is wrong.
Yeah, that's a typo error. It's wrong.
Okay. Then you would agree with me that even when the Senate wants to look at what you did in the county assembly, it is true that the Hansards have been manipulated and even the Senate cannot see.
That is not true.
Okay, it's not true. Is it true that 29th was a Tuesday and that you sat on Tuesday?
It wasn't, of course, and that's a typo error.
And the other issues I've raised. Okay, I'll move on to a different issue, but the point I'm making is that because the 53 of you are very determined to remove the deputy governor, you go as far as manipulating the Hansard.
No, we are not manipulating the answer, and we are not that much determined. We are only just following the law.
You are not determined, you are disparate. Now, I would like us to move on to the issues that the motion that you moved. We are in agreement that you moved the motion on the 13th, isn't it?
Yes. I did not move them, but I gave notes of motion. Yes.
Sorry, I apologize. You are right.
Thank you.
Now, I would like you to be given this bundle, the one for the deputy governor, if my friends can give you. Have you been given?
Yes.
I would like us to start with page, honorable members, the document I'm referring you to is the one by the deputy governor, and I would like you to go to page the motion that you moved, which is at page, my apologies for 1 second. Page 5, are you at page 5, please? Page 5. At page 5, you can see that?
Yes.
At page 5, that is the motion that is the notice you gave of intention to move a motion to
That is
impeach the
true.
governor. Okay.
That is true.
Now, the first thing I want us to agree is you issued the notice on 13th.
Yes.
And as we already discussed, you eventually managed to move the motion on 29th and voting was done.
Yes.
Do you agree on the face of it that the 10 days would have expired on 23rd and by 29th, when the motion was being moved and being discussed and being voted upon, was already outside the 10 days?
It was, of course, already outside the 10 days.
Yeah, you used the
It
word
was
of
already
course.
outside the 10 days.
Did you say of course?
It's
Was it
already,
yeah.
Oh, it's no, sorry, it's outside the 10 days.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I would like you to go to page 2 of that same bundle.
Page 2.
Page 2, yes. Page 3A, my apologies, page 3A. Page 3A, honorable members. Can you see these are the standing orders upon which you move the motion, isn't it?
Just a minute.
Page 3A.
Not getting the page 3.
No, you've gone too far. It's a little. Yes, yeah. These are the standing orders under which you move the motion, isn't it? Under standing order number 60 up to 64, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, could we look at 60 sub 4? It is two, or let's start with 3. It says a member who has obtained the approval of the Speaker to move a motion under paragraph 1 shall give 7 days notice calling for impeachment of the governor. Upon expiry of the 7 days and after notice given, the motion shall be placed in order paper and shall be disposed of within 3 days. You agree with me that within the intention of that standing order, you should have disposed of this motion within 10 days?
Yes.
You agree with me on
I
that?
agree.
Okay. Now, I want us to look at 61. So that's one issue out of the way. The next one I want us to discuss is, now before we do that, so you eventually agreed on the 21st of February to go for public participation.
Yes.
And when you went for public participation, you scheduled the public participation for the 26th of February, isn't it?
Yes.
And you agree also that that public participation done on the 26th was already outside the 10 days, which ended on the 23rd of February, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, standing order number 60, it requires that before giving notice under Section 33 of the County Government Act, the member shall deliver to the clerk a copy of the proposed motion in writing stating the grounds and particulars, isn't it?
Yes.
Could you agree that the notice we just looked at, that you moved, the notice that you raised, did not have these grounds and particulars?
It had the grounds and the particulars were there. In reference to the Kisii County standing orders.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are looking at the document at page 5, isn't it? Page 5. Honorable members, page 5 of the Deputy Governor's bundle. Page 5, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. That is the notice you issued on 13th, the notice you issued on 13th, isn't it?
Yes.
And it is your contention that when you say it, cross violation of the Constitution, abuse of office, gross misconduct, and crimes under national law, you have complied with the need for grounds and particulars. Is that your position?
All the documentation, including the signature.
Question. Apart from this document dated 13th, did you issue anything else?
Yes, I issued.
And where is it? Is it attached to this?
Yes, they are there. Because I remember I gave a copy of the notice, the particulars of, on the grounds on which I was given the notes of motion.
Okay.
I gave the signatures of the members who were in support because I was
My
required.
apologies because of time, but let's turn from page 5 to page 6. Can you see an attachment of grounds and particulars?
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing.
And have you seen it anywhere else?
Yeah, it has been indicated.
Is it the one which is attached to the document at page 6?
No, they are not the ones.
So there's another set that the County Assembly has not brought here.
All particulars have been provided for.
Yeah, I know they have been provided for in the motion of 21st. But what I'm saying is, if you are saying there were attachments to the notice of 13th, then the County Assembly has chosen to keep them away.
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. Now, I would like us then to move to the public participation report that you then came up with, and which is in the County Government Bundle, Volume 1. Starting from page 24 to page 41, to page 50, to page 51. Are you there?
Yes.
Now, could you confirm to this Senate that the public participation is the document at page 24 to page 51?
Yes, I confirm.
And could you confirm that the entirety of that public participation report is not signed by anybody? Nobody has taken possession of it.
Nobody.
It hasn't been signed, isn't it? Now, you said you were present throughout the prosecution of this motion, right from the notice on 13, the 21st, 28th.
Council Katwa,
yes.
Your time is up. You should be winding up on your question.
Mr. Speaker, considering the volume of the material they brought, they had said 30 minutes and they took about 1 hour. I very much pray for your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, sir. Kindly. This witness makes all the difference, and we really pray for your accommodation. Kindly.
How much time are you requesting?
Can I have the same time as they spend, which is about 1 hour?
No, you can't. I'm giving you an extra 5 minutes from now.
Sorry?
I'm giving you an additional 5 minutes.
Could I very kindly request for 20? Kindly, please.
Not 20.
Sorry?
Not 20. I'm giving you 10. Council Carter, I'm giving you 10 minutes.
Then just 10.
10 minutes, yes.
Thank you very much. Now, when you are in the assembly, it is true that indeed the DG complained that he hasn't been given a copy of the public participation report.
Yes.
He complained.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. And he defended himself before he saw that report, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, I want you to look at page 103. You sympathize with me, isn't it? They have been treated on time.
On which grounds?
Page 103. Are you at page 103? 105. The County Assembly report, please. At page 103, it is, much as we have agreed that it was misplaced in terms of the date, it was true that Honorable Henry Moraja moved a motion for public participation.
That is not true. This was actually the leader of majority moved a motion on 21st, so as to allow public participation.
And is this the name of the
to take place? A minute, please.
Is this the name of the leader of?
Excuse me, Council.
Yes.
I'm making a statement because you have asked a question. This motion was moved on 21st by the majority leader of the Kisii County Assembly to allow for members to adjourn so that they can go for public participation, which is not provided for in our standing orders. But remember, the Constitution of Kenya.
Okay, now you're going too far. Okay. It's okay. So, is this, other than that the date is wrong, is this the correct state of the moving of motion for public participation? Was the public participation motion, in the words used by the leader of majority, rose on standing order number 93 for adjournment to allow for public participation? Is this correct?
Yes.
When the date is corrected?
When the date is corrected.
Yes, okay. You see, we don't have a fight, we are in agreement.
Yes.
Now, the first thing I want you to agree is, when you agreed to proceed on adjournment, you did not agree on how that public participation would be funded, did you?
Yes.
You did not. You did not agree on who would collect the views of the public.
It was the counter clerk.
Yes, it is not in the resolution.
The answer and communication department.
But you didn't do that, isn't it? And it is true that eventually it was the governor who financed the public participation and used ward administrators, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
The governor did
May
not.
I ask you, did ward administrators play a role in this public participation?
Did not play a role.
Now, I would like to show you I would like you to go to page 41 of that, the same county assembly report, which is the public participation process, page 41. I would like you to look at the last paragraph, Moticho Ward. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Does it say that the exercise was headed by the ward administrator and ward manager?
That is what the statement reads.
That's what it says. So indeed, the governor and the executive participated in this public participation, isn't it?
They did not participate.
Doesn't it? Are you saying this report is inaccurate also?
When public participations were being conducted.
Is this report correct?
It's not correct.
So you are now saying the county assembly's public participation report is not correct?
No, I'm not denouncing, but particularly on that aspect or else on that.
This is the only one which is not correct. Okay, I would move on to another question because of pressure of time. It is true that you've played about 7 clips of public participation, isn't it, today?
I did not make any clip of any public participation.
Okay,
all these clips were provided by the Answer and Communication Department of the Kisii County Assembly.
Now, my question is, in all of them, they are standing behind flowers and trees, isn't it?
Not all of them.
How many are in places other than flowers and trees?
Council, when this interview...
Answer my question. Out of the 7 clips you played, is it true that 5 of them were individuals standing against a tree and a flower?
Not true.
Did you see in any of the clips public behind those people? Was there any that you could see a crowd?
Individual public...
My question.
No.
Was any of the clips with members of public behind it?
There were. Some had and some didn't have, because some of these interviews, individual interviews, were being recorded aside, not amongst the crowd.
Please listen to me. In the clips you played today, is there any that has members of public in its background?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. We will look at them again when we come to our defense. And now, Mr. Dennis says that you lied that he's a voter in your ward. Is he a voter in your ward?
Nowhere on record am I saying that Dennis comes from my ward. Nowhere.
You said that in the Hansard. In your submissions when you're moving a motion?
Nowhere.
And saying
I remember very well, I said that Dennis, by the time he was doing a complaint to me, he was staying at Gethare, which is in
the
Nyaribad.
last question I want to ask you, then my colleague will just ask you a few questions, is it is true from what Ms. Lucy White, you said you spoke with her and
yes.
She gave you information?
Yes.
It is true at page 26 to 27 of our statement. If you could look at the bundle from the DG, page 26 to 27. Are you there?
Yes.
At the top of that page, it says, after The first paragraph.
Yes.
After receiving applications from interested persons, the board shortlisted 7 candidates for the post of commercial manager and invited them for interviews on 15th May. So
Yes.
according to Lucy, the interviews were done on 15th May, isn't it?
According to that statement.
According to that statement. Now, the sale agreement that you said you saw was done on the 20th of April, isn't it?
Yes.
Of a month earlier, isn't it?
Yes.
And notwithstanding that, it is your position that that money from that sale was for purposes of a bribe?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Now, did Dennis tell you that there was no time when he had a conversation between himself and Dr. Monda?
Yes.
He told you he had no conversation?
Yes.
Now, did it occur to you to talk to the father of Dennis, or it would not be convenient to the case you had been told to move?
No, I did not reach out to
You
the
did not
father.
talk to
Yeah,
him?
because all the material that I needed to prosecute the motion was provided to me by one Dennis Misati, so I saw no need at all
Now,
to reach out
the
to the father.
instructions I have, this is the last question, is that the funeral of your auntie was on the 12th of May 2023. Do you contest that?
I may not be able to contest that.
You wouldn't be able to contest that.
Yeah.
Now, having done the funeral on 12th of May, what business did you have receiving money from Dr. Monda on the 29th of May, 28th May, and 7th of May?
This was a commitment from the deputy governor when I was escorting to the car, and he said that he was to send something in regard to
Thank you. I had to say that.
Nowhere I called, nowhere I did a message soliciting for any money from him.
Yes.
It was for that
Now,
purpose.
So you played a clip to show us how Dr. Monda attended the funeral, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that story of him intending to send you money afterwards for the children in that clip?
It was not in the public domain, but it was a part of the conversation we had as I was escorting to the car.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So just give me 2-3 minutes with my,
I think you still have got 2 minutes or so you can conclude.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I've been unlucky. I haven't had enough good time. I'll try to limit, but I'll beg that you possibly just give me 5. I'll be very specific.
Your time is 2 minutes.
Thank you.
So
Thank
use
you.
the 2 minutes.
The Honorable Siocha, there are a lot of governance issues in Kisii County. Is that correct? There are a lot of disputes, a lot of fights, and you heard Honorable Cherargei talk of fights in funerals. Are there a lot of governance issues in Kisii? Kuna vita Kisii kwetu. Is that correct? My time is running. Is that correct?
It's not correct.
Is it true that the dispute and this motion is in this Senate because there are disputes about governance in Kisii between the DG and the governor?
I'm the mover. I'm the one
aware that it's because of the governance issues?
Not at all, and nowhere does that find its way into this motion. Nowhere.
Are you aware that the DG has been uncomfortable with the governor conducting government business in his house? Yes or no?
I'm not aware because I don't work in the executive.
You're not aware? Are you aware that the absorption of the Kisii budget is at 2%, number 47 or 47 in Kenya?
On that one, not unless you have questions you want me to expound on them.
Are you aware, yes or no? I don't have time.
As the chair of implementation, that is not the position.
Which office does the governor operate from?
He operates from the stadium.
Okay, from the stadium. Okay. Are you aware that he meets even central government delegations from his house at Motonto, called Shakahola also?
That's not unique because all of us, we receive visitors and delegations to our home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you aware that the budget that was passed by the Kisii County government was altered somewhere, and these are complaints?
There is no material fact on that, so I cannot be able to confirm. I participated in the process, and I stand at a better position to give you information on that, but let us not diverse into that because
now, these are the disputes. Is it true? And the deputy governor's case is that these small disputes are the ones that have caused this motion to be here today.
Are you trying to inform the Senate that it is those disputes that made one Deputy Governor Monda to one solicit a bribe from one Dennis Misat? No, because you know
I don't have time, and I don't want to be called for time. Let me ask my last question.
Council, your time is up.
Oh, but if you can allow me, Honorable Speaker, just ask one last question on the public participation and the bursaries. And let me ask you whether you are aware of the County Bursary Fund Committee, the Ward Bursary Fund Committee, and whether you are aware that in Kisii, because you are an MCA, that no one has ever been able to get more than 5,000 from the county bursaries. Why should someone bribe 8,000 to get 5,000?
As you end. Your time is up. Mr. Witness,
if you can answer
that question as you close.
We have, Mr. Speaker, we have grounds, especially from those students who are coming from poor backgrounds. There are those, who come from extremely needy backgrounds. They usually get more than the 5,000.
Very well.
So there are others equally on full scholarship.
Mr. Ndegwa, you have
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the moment for re-examination. I don't want to shoot in the dark as it has been and experienced. Mr. Witness, what has brought us here is it the issues of the governor and the wrangles they could be having or not having, or the question of the conduct of the deputy governor?
It's the question about the conduct of the deputy governor.
Is it befitting a governor?
It's not befitting a governor.
Does it befit a public officer or a state officer?
It does not befit a public officer.
Allow me to take you to page 123 of the bundle of documents by the Assembly. Page 123.
Mr. Ndegwa, I need to know the time you will take to do your re-exam.
I'm actually almost done.
Very well.
5 minutes will suffice. And we begin at page 122, Honorable Senators. You see where we have one Honorable Henry Muracha moving a motion for adjournment, yes?
Yes.
And he subsequently makes submissions and guidance on how, at page 123, the last paragraph, which begins by, I hereby beg to move the motion of adjournment to allow the people of Kisii County give their views by way of public participation, either by way of memoranda, questionnaires, or any other manner suitable to the clerk. Yes?
Yes.
Are the clips that you played there contemplated as one of the manners of giving evidence?
Yes.
Who conducts public participation? Is it the county assembly or the office of the governor?
It is the county assembly.
Is the office of the governor involved in the oversight works of the county assembly?
Absolutely no.
Was the governor involved in these processes?
He was not involved.
Will I therefore be right to say that the defense has formulated their own case to which they are answering to, and hence the question on the issues of the budget?
Yes.
Are those issues on trial before the Senate?
They are not in trial before the Senate.
Was this defense served with the public participation report?
It was served upon request by the Deputy Governor.
Would you therefore request the members of the Senate to look at page 179 of the bundle of document, volume 1? Page 179, which bears the handsigns for the 29th.
Yes.
Are you seeing where the speaker is saying, so I have ordered the clerk, we are going to give him all the evidence of public participation?
Yes.
Did you witness this service at the county assembly?
Yes.
Finally, have you looked at the defense that has been brought forth by the deputy governor?
Yes.
Has he answered in his affidavit? Has he refuted the clips that you have played?
He has not.
Has he answered to them?
He has not.
Has he disputed those allegations?
He has not.
Has he brought his clips to countenance what we have brought forth?
He has not.
It has been put to you that there is no members of the public who participated. Finally, would you want to play clip number 1?
I will wish and I seek the indulgence of the Speaker that clip number 1 be played.
Council, you have got, I gave you 5 minutes, you've got 2 minutes. That
I am
will
done.
Eat into your time.
I am
if
most
you want to
obliged.
Play the clip.
Clip number 1 and I'm off. Honorable Speaker. And as we proceed, where is the office of the Deputy Governor situated?
It's situated at the Kisii Stadium.
So they share the Kisii Stadium?
Yeah, they share. There's the office of the governor and the office of the...
What is the reason?
Currently, the official office of the governor is under renovation.
Clip number 1. The only thing
clip number 1.
Nikonde no warobonga sengora. Munda tuakoire kero kubuna banyali bali. Watokorire gasi. Munda liba kutokorire gasi munda banyali bali. Wengine county. Wajekira kwa maji.
The only thing I want you to identify, that's enough. The only thing I want you to identify in that clip is where is the venue?
That is at the Kiamukama office of the MCA.
Did you have any role to play in the production of those clips?
I did not have any role to play.
Who produced those clips?
It's the answer and the communication department for the Kisii County Assembly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, I yield the witness to the honorable senators.
Thank you. Honorable members, we are also in the interest of time. I'm going to limit also the number of members that we're going to allow for clarification to 4. I'll ask you, Senator Joe Newton. And the time with which you can take is 2 minutes maximum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I will actually spend less than even the 2 minutes that you have given me. I may need a clarification, Mr. Speaker, from the witness. And he said, who commands the county enforcement officers in Kisii County? Because, Mr. Speaker, I ask that because there is an allegation that the deputy governor has been misusing these particular officers. Number 2, Mr. Speaker, the deputy governor has been accused, and we have seen, we have viewed several videos, Mr. Speaker, of soliciting for bribes in order for him to influence the issuance of bursaries in the county, Mr. Speaker. So would the witness tell us, or tell this House, what role the deputy governor plays in the giving of bursaries in Kisii County, Mr. Speaker? And finally, Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether this will be appropriate, but let me, finally, Mr. Speaker, apart from the video that has been replayed for the second time, Mr. Speaker, we observed that the other clips that were played showed people, did not show other attendees of the public participation functions, Mr. Speaker. And I think that is one thing that we would also want the witness to clarify. If you allow me to ask.
Senator Newton, you have asked 3 questions.
Okay.
Take your seat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kindly respond to those questions.
The person who commands the enforcement officers at the Kisii County government is the director in charge of enforcement. The second question was about the issue about surrounding the county, the bursary. Actually, for the information, for purposes of record, and to inform this honorable House, we have a special kitty for scholarship, whereby the needy, especially those who come from challenged financial backgrounds, are identified, and then forwarded for purposes of being given these scholarships. So in the process, these scholarships are being offered by the office of the governor, and in the process, the deputy governor is involved. And the last one is the question that most of the clips that have been played are just not showing the backgrounds. And actually that one, I think those who were the answer and department communication of the Kisii County Assembly was maybe mainly focusing on the speakers and forgot also to focus on the background.
Senator Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, allow me to get some clarity from Counsel for the Defense. Other than the date on page 137, which is the Hansard report, is it the contention of the defense, the Council for Governor, that this document is not a true reflection of what happened in the Assembly on the 29th of February 2024? Secondly, Mr. Speaker, on the same document I can see references at page 211 and 217 to Katwa Kigen, the same lawyer appearing before us. If he was present in the House, then he can clear one thing that I want to ask him. Mr. Speaker, he has told us here that the evidence of a non-gambler, somebody who participates in sports betting, is something to be taken with some circumspection. Let me put the question. Yes, at page 217 of the Hansard, I want to know if it is true this is what Katwa Kigen said. There's a paragraph at the top there where he says, or is reported to have been saying, Honorable members, I pray that you do take this view that a question of bribery is a question of choosing who to believe. Do you want to believe a 68-year-old retired man who has been friends with Dr. Monda for 32 years and saying this is not a bribe, or a young gentleman who is saying it is a bribe? I want Katwa Kigen to clarify whether indeed the evidence of a young man should also be taken with the same circumspection that he claims evidence from a gambler should be taken. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senior Counsel Katwa Kigen, respond to those questions by Senator Sifuna.
My point, Honorable Senate, is that the Hansard has been manipulated. It is not an accurate representation of what happened in terms of if the events resulting in the adjournment were events of 21st, and I think it's actually supposed to have been 21st. Why would the report be headed the date of the argument, the defense, and the voting, when indeed it didn't happen on that date? All I'm saying is that when you look at that Hansard, it should enrich our argument that there is a certain strong force within the Assembly incorporating my good friend Honorable Siocha, who are very determined to have the Deputy Governor impeached and are prepared to manage the answer, because the answer is supposed to speak for itself. It's not supposed to be a document that you would come and say it has typographical errors. All I'm saying is that we have concerns about the way the answer was reported, and that is part of the malice against the Deputy Governor. On the issue of the arguments I made at page 217, I stand by them, and I intend to make the same arguments at the end of these proceedings. To say here is Mr. and Mrs. Misati. Mr. Misati is 68-year-old, and his son is 37 years old. This is not a case where anybody is coming to say there was a money, there was a forgery of a document. This is not a documentary evidence. This is a question of one word against the other. And what I was trying to tell the Assembly, and I'll be requesting this Senate to do, is to say, to the extent to which this case entirely rests on whom to believe, we will pray that you choose to believe the father, who is 68-year-old, together with his wife, vis-a-vis what the son is saying. More so when it is aggravated by the point that the son says he was not present when the discussions were had and cannot say for a fact whether or not the money was discussed as being a bribe or it was a refund.
Very well. You've answered the question.
Thank you.
Senior Counsel Katwa. Senator Gloria Roba.
Thank you, Speaker. I think I need a clarification from Senior Counsel. You have spoken about manipulation of the Hansard, and on separate references, you are also putting out a case that a procedure that should have been followed in the county assembly was not followed. The clarification I'm seeking, Speaker, is, as senators today, are we here to listen to the technicalities that were not followed in the county assembly, or to execute the charges? Because why I'm asking this, Mr. Speaker, is if you go to the rules that you have given us, that we have in our standing orders of impeachment.
Senator Gloria.
On Rule 12.
Senator Gloria.
Yes.
Ask your question.
So my question is, and in respect that we are according to the institutions, maybe what I'm asking is for Senior Counsel to clarify that if indeed the argument of the process that was or was not followed in the county assembly, if that is the argument, what does he expect the Senate, what is he expecting with that argument from the Senate? That we stop prosecuting the matter based on a technicality that he wants to highlight? Because for me, Mr. Speaker, I'm starting, we spent quite a long time on that issue, and I'm wondering whether he is arguing on the process so that we can stop the impeachment. Otherwise, I don't see it relevant.
Is made.
Yes.
Mr. Carter.
It is our case for the Deputy Governor that the procedures set in and put in place were intended to safeguard the rights of especially the subject of impeachment. And the law having set it like that, and to the extent to which the county assembly has no explanation for why they were operating out of time, why they did not serve him on time, why the notice did not have particulars, to the extent to which they have no reason that this impeachment should be deemed by the Senate to be invalid and to be disallowed. It is my view that in previous writings, it has been stated that if the impeachment already stands outside time, then it is invalid and should be thrown away. I'll be praying that you should not look at it as a question of technicality, but a question of substantive justice.
And lastly, I will allow Senator Ben Siocha to seek any clarification.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to seek clarification from the Council. When he was asking about the clips that were played, and he was asking on the audience, in public meetings, when a speaker is making speech, is it usual to focus on the audience or the speaker? When I looked at Mama Wamutura speaking, she was speaking from her heart, because this is something that is hurting her. And when I see a woman getting emotional...
Senator Beth, your question is made.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Allow me to ask the second concern, to raise the second concern. Who runs the governor's bursary fund, and what is the role of the deputy governor on it? Thank you.
The first question is directed to Senior Counsel Katwa. The second is the witness.
It is our argument that the clips were manipulated. They were not products of public participation. If it was a product of public participation, you would definitely see people in the background. Because if it was intended to communicate to the Senate that indeed members of public made contributions to this subject of the impeachment, then surely it should have been possible to see members of public. And honorable senators, I said there are about 7 clips. About 5 of them is a single individual who has nobody in the background. One of the exceptions is the one clip that the honorable member has invited me to, and it has about 2 people. It has nothing more than that, and we still contend that that clip came much after. Lastly, If you look at page 21 to 54 being the public participation report in the county assembly report, there's nowhere where they say the clips were done. The clip came through the letter at page 356 of Mr. Ndegwa's letter, where they introduced the clips much after and outside the public participation. It has no relationship with public participation. Thank you, honorable members.
Thank you, Katwa. Mr. Witness, respond to the second question by Senator Beth Sengo.
Mr. Speaker, there is a special program domiciled in the office of the governor. The question that the honorable senator asked, who is responsible, so it's the office of the governor.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, I had directed that I will only allow a maximum of 4 members to seek clarifications. You note that these time-bound proceedings must be prosecuted between now and close of business tomorrow. So I will close at that so that we progress to the next witness. Mr. Ndegwa.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the kind permission, only to seek your directions whether it is proper for senior counsel to impute improper motives that I did introduce the clips, well knowing that I'm only executing the functions of an advocate representing a client.
Mr. Ndegwa, remember a ruling was made earlier on regarding the objections that both parties had raised with regards to evidence and additional information that could not have been or could have been. And that ruling was read in your presence. Allow the Senate, allow this House to deal with them at an appropriate time. Thank you. You are discharged, Honorable Member. Call upon your next witness so that we also guide with regards to time